What's up? I'm here with Tennessee Flatbetter. We were, I don't know, computer problems, all kinds of stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Everything decided to go crack on us when we started getting ready to start.
Yeah, so like a bunch of stuff was popping up for a minute. And we got Pegleg was the first one in the house. Gene
I
Scott
show
says
Hans.
so. You show Hans?
No, wait a minute. Yep, you're
Peg
right,
leg.
peg leg. I was reading that wrong earlier.
Backwoods, what's happening, brother? Brian Walton. Brian Walton's trying to come back to Prime, so he said, I am coming to Prime, so heck yeah. Jeffrey's in here throwing up the flatbed gang with the membership emojis going on. So Tennessee, what's been going on, man? When you test out pretty soon?
Yeah, I got a test in the morning.
So you got a test in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
What time's your test in the morning? First
with Brett.
With Brett. So good. You know, first up on the testing block. I like being the first test, honestly. I like getting there, getting the truck set up, and just being like, you know what? It's time to test. Let's get this over with so we can get the day started. You know, I like being the first test. I don't like being the later test. To me, too much overthinking can go on and stuff like that. I don't have any tests this week. I'm not going to have a test until pretty much a week from now. So let's see. What's your favorite type of smoke? Shoot, you don't want this smoke. You can't handle this smoke. Tennessee, what's your favorite kind of smoke? I guess you like grass fire. You like wood fire. What you like?
A wood fire.
A wood fire. Jeffrey says, anyone else out here giving chemical tankers a double take now? Makes my Agent Orange act up. Greenwich, no, you're not first, buddy, but you're in here, so that's what matters. Trucking popular in Alberta? I hope it is. I think trucking's popular everywhere right now. Brian says, I got approved to come back to Prime, just waiting on Dustin to call me and let me know when to go for my drug test. So yeah, awesome. And just so you guys know, is whenever you get your CDL during your medical card, your DLT physical, Tennessee, did they have you do a drug test during your physical?
Yeah, but it was just a dip strip.
Okay, so what's that for? Explain that.
Checking for any recent alcohol, anything recent, as in any other kind of drugs, your protein, and things like that.
So it's a lighter kind of drug test, kind of.
It's just to see if it's been in within 24 hours.
Okay, and just so you guys know, when y'all come to orientation, you're gonna get drug tested again because you're trying to get a job here at Prime. So make sure that we clean up, guys, because guess what? We're starting a career for the rest of our life. We're doing better with our life. Make good decisions. Don't have that last minute like, hey, I'm about to leave out to my trucking career. Anybody want to, try anything real quick? No, it's, you're messing with the rest of your life right here. With Clearinghouse out to this day, the way it is to this day, is if you fail a drug test, then it's on your record now. So Etch, look, Etch is here, man. We haven't heard from Etch in a while. What's going on, Etch? You remember Etch?
Oh yeah.
Tim says, hi all, home time now and back on the road Saturday. So Tim, be safe out there, man. Enjoy your home time. Spend it with the family. Have you a good time. Dakota says, how's it going? D just came for some home time last night. So nice to be home for a bit. Oh man, like home time is good, and that gets me thinking about like Tennessee. What's the average home time for over the road truck driver? Do you feel?
Oh, average home time probably 3 or 4 days every 2 or 3 months.
3 or 4 days every 2 to 3 months. It I think that's about right. Like, get your bills paid and then go on that home time. It is hard being the over the road truck driver, especially with children. I was talking to somebody today about that. We were on the Discord, and we were talking about home time, and I was all like, "Man, with a young child, it is hard because when you come home, your like young one doesn't know who you are. So like they're all like you're a stranger in their house, and they're just like they don't want nothing to do with you, kind of, because you're a stranger in there. And then once they finally warm up to you, it's time for you to leave again. So it's really hard leaving. Then they're upset that you're leaving, and you're like, oh man, I gotta go make some money for the family. So home time's really hard. And when you get home time, guys, enjoy your home time. Like I every time I went on home time, I spent a lot of money because I had me a great time. Tennessee, yours were kind of older, so it's kind of a different circumstance. Like they knew who you were when you came back; they remembered you.
Yeah, not really.
Not really. Well, they were older though, so it helped
Right.
out. Hello from Canada. Welcome, welcome from Canada. We enjoy having you here. Frank the Take Truckin says, "What's up, Red Beard? Which one? Who's more red, mine or Tennessee's? Mine's a lot of gray. Look at all this gray. I'm just turning all gray. How do you not get gray? You just don't get gray, Tennessee. I don't get it. See, and for you that don't know, Tennessee's older than me, so you would think that he would have more gray than me, but he's just somehow he just is not turning gray. It's not fair. I blame it on my students. They stress me out.
I mean, I've got a few gray hairs in there, but they're not pronounced.
I don't see no gray hair in there. Thanks for helping me feel better, though. Genty, how long does it take to complete 50K miles in TNT? Tennessee, what you think?
About 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months. So, like, I come up with this formula, and I say we average team truck should be running about 5,000 miles a week. Now, I don't know about flatbed side. What's the average miles per week of a flatbed?
Well, I still go off that average 600 miles a week or 600 miles a day type
Six
deal.
on a team truck?
Oh, I don't think a team.
Oh,
I go do solo type. So
I would say it's
times
going to
2.
take a month and a half or a couple months. Like 5,000 miles a week is pretty much what I say, and add a week for time off, and add a week for to go home and switch your permit to a CDL when you take your test scores down to the DMV. So how that works is after you take your test, you get your test scores with a letter. Don't see what's it called? Letter of
Recognition, approval.
no. It's a letter that says that you can drive with your test scores. I can't think of the word for it right now. So it's a letter that says that you can drive with your test scores, that it counts the same as having your CDL, and you don't need a trainer in the seat next to you. And you take that down to the DMV, have to switch it to a CDL. And you have to do that within I don't even know, 28 days, 15 days, something like that. But your trainer will get you home before that happens, before you run out of time on that. MG, can you walk me through what it's like for a new CDL A holder who gets onto Prime and needs to be trained? What's the experience, more or less? Tennessee, you just tested out to someone not too long ago that had a CDL. What was their experience?
So what it's like coming into Prime with your CDL. Okay, so you're going to have to go through just it's not like a test. It's more of an evaluation. Um, so you're going to have to learn two different types of pre-trip, and then you're going to have to get a minimum of 10 hours of drive time with your PSD trainer. And then you get basically evaled. Well, we take you in, basically say, I think he's ready to test, and that examiner comes out and runs you through one backing maneuver. He listens to those two pre-trips, and it takes you a real quick drive. And if they say you get it, then you take you in, get you hired, and you go straight out on TNT.
So pretty much it's you take a little eval, you work with an instructor for a while, or you get stuck with the in-house and you drive the truck, you get that experience driving the truck, you get that experience backing, and you study your pre-trip, and whenever they're ready to test you out, they take you in there and it's a little eval. It's not really a test, it's like a mini test. And you can take that test, and once you pass that, you go on to the TNT phase. Now, one thing with that test is it's a little bit better than taking an actual test to get your permit, because the thing with that test, I mean your permit to get your CDL, one thing with that test is if you fail it, you can take it again the same day, so you don't have to wait several days to retest on it. So it's kind of good. um I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that it's still 60K miles for somebody that has a CDL that comes here. Is that right, Tennessee?
Depends on how where you come from. If you come straight from a school with CDL, then you have to do that. But if you come through say you have 3 years experience with another company and you come in, then your miles would be less because you already have that proven experience that you've driven before.
Sketch says never got drug tested at orientation. Hey, dude, that's perfect, and like lucky you. A lot of people get drug tested at orientation, and just remember, anytime during your trucking career at Prime, they can pull you in for a random drug test. I get randomly drug tested at least twice to 3 times a year. So, Tennessee, when's the last time you've been randomly drug tested?
Well, now that you've asked that question, probably in the morning, but last
It's
time
coming.
it's probably been a year and a half.
Jason Meyer says, "What's the favorite type of weed grass?" I don't like any weed grass. Like, you gotta spray the Roundup on it, kill it, take care of it, and then your yard will be growing good again. Backwood says, "Tennessee, do all Prime flatbed trucks have the same headache rack as you?" And we lost Tennessee. So Tennessee's having problems over there again. Let's keep going. Backwoods, I will get back to that, and I'm pretty sure that Tennessee's back. Tennessee, does all Prime flatbed trucks have the same headache rack as you?
I'm just trying to figure out what happened. All of a sudden I was gone and now I'm back. It was like,
yeah.
I am having so many technical difficulties over here.
So I
do all. There are 2 to 3 different types of headache racks you'll have on your truck. Mine is one of the newest of the headache racks. So you'll possibly get one just like the one in my video that you commented on.
What's the difference in them?
Like mine, the clamshell on top holds your tarp, or it covers your tarps for the winter weather and the rain and stuff like that. The inside of the box is a lot smaller than the other two. You got a lot less room in them. That's why I don't like about them.
So it's about the room.
Yeah.
Sketch, trying to knock out those miles still. Yeah, Sketch, keep your head up, brother. It's all gonna be worth it at the end. Trust me. Like, I know TNT kind of seems like it drags out, but once you get to your own truck, it is worth it, buddy. Like, I'm telling you, like I was the same way. I was like, man, I gotta finish TNT. TNT sucks. And then once I finished it, man, I got my own truck. I stretched out in my truck. I relaxed. Then I realized that I had to go make a load without no help. And I lost my crutch, my trainer that was my crutch that was going to help me out. Like it was all on me. And I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But it was worth it, man. I would do it again. I would do it again. Jeffrey, I haven't officially had home time since I've upgraded in November. Dang, Jeffrey, taking some 1st of March. The the carpies should be spawning then. Ugh, I don't like carpies, man. I'd rather have catfish. Dakota says, does he use just for man to get rid of the gray? Sorry, dog. Tennessee, you using that just for man?
Nope. All natural, brother.
I see the box over there in the corner. 50K. I've been at it since December 10th and just broke 30K. Not happy. Sketch, your truck. That truck's been in the shop, hasn't it? Didn't y'all set in Pittston for a while with the truck in the shop? What's going on, Scotty B? 5,000 a week's a dream. Howdy, everyone. What's happening, RJ? Twisted Big D, should I come over to company or lease? That, Brian, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a personal decision that you're going to have to make. You got to know yourself and, do your research on it. Company is great. Like, you're running for the mileage. So as many miles as you're running, you're getting paid for those miles. With lease, you're getting paid revenue. So you're like trying to get more loads to do more revenue. So that's going to be something that you need to look into and figure out which one you want to do. I always suggest people go company for like 6 months to a year and then go lease if you're going to go lease. That way you kind of make mistakes on the company dime and not your dime. Tennessee, what do you feel like, company or lease?
You just said the same spill I always do. Do 6 months to a year. Don't put your finances in first yet. You need to learn how to run that truck first before you throw your finances there. Because regardless, if you go lease, that lease payment needs to be paid if you're making money or not.
Yeah, even if you go home, it still has to be paid. MG says, good stuff, guys. Thanks for taking the time to do this for us. We appreciate it. Man, we have a good time doing this. Like, this is like our hobby. Tennessee's he's chomping at the bits, and he just went black screen. But he's chomping at the bits to be in here. Like, he loves doing this. Like, I really enjoy this. And it feels good to give back to like the community that follows me. It really does. Pegleg says, how many miles does a person do coming in with a CDL? Peglegs, to my understanding, is it's 60K miles. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
you turn me off just as I come back on.
Wow, I turn you off, you say? This next, that's too much stuff. Let's see. Smith says, before applying, is it required to have a CDL permit? No, you can actually apply now, and your recruiter will tell you to go get your permit. But it's good to go ahead and start the hiring process and get that underway. I have a great recruiter. Check my description on some of my videos. I have Jenny Trans. She's awesome and she's very knowledgeable. So you can hit her up. There's a link in the description on my videos that takes you straight to the application. And don't forget to use somebody's driver code up there. The one right up there. What they said is that it brings what a driver code does as a referral on your application is it brings your application to the top of the list, because the percentage of people that stays is higher whenever they used a person that referred them. Like they're more knowledgeable, they've done their research, it brings their application to the top of the pile. Right now we're hiring again, so definitely put in y'all's applications, and it does not hurt to use somebody as a referral. Travis says, how we doing tonight, fellows? Hey, Travis, I'm sorry I missed you the other day, man. Travis came to the terminal for a 10-hour break, and I had some stuff I had to do. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to see you. What's going on, Nick? Nick, how's things going, man? I see you on there twice, Tennessee. Uh-oh.
Yep. Go ahead and switch me. There we go.
Doing better now?
Yeah, I got her up and running.
Pegleg says, going company for 6 months to a year also allows you to build up your e-fund. As a company driver, we don't have an e-fund, so unless you're talking about a personal savings or something like that, then yes, you can save up your personal savings. But as a company driver, we don't have an e-fund, so we're not really building one up for when we go lease, if that makes sense. Definitely go ahead and throw money into throw money into your personal bank account and save up, because if you do go down the road going lease, it doesn't hurt to have a nest egg to set on. Don't you think so, Tennessee?
Oh yeah.
How much would you save up if you were going to go lease to have like a nest egg to set back on?
I wouldn't be the one to ask. I don't do good with numbers.
Okay. So we'll take all your bills for a month times what? 3 months worth of bills, or?
Yeah.
So about 3 months worth of your bills to set to the side. That way, you know for sure that, hey, even if you flop on the lease side, you have your bills paid for at least 3 months. Oakdale Reefer Holler, what's up? What did I miss so far? You haven't missed nothing, brother. We just went live 22 minutes ago. So, Oakdale's a great guy. Make sure y'all check out his channel. He has a good channel. He's starting to do lives, and he's starting to grow his channel. Yeah, so if you want to see what the Salt Lake City terminal looks like and get a little tour of it, check out his channel. He for sure has a good tour of the Salt Lake City terminal. Like, I watched that thing twice, maybe even 3 times now. Tennessee, did you watch his video?
No, not yet.
Oh,
unfortunately.
You gotta see what it looks like. 28 in chat, 11 likes. Man, hit that like button, guys. Hey, we appreciate it if y'all hit the like button or the thumbs down button. I don't care which one you hit. Just start clicking stuff. Just don't click the X on the screen. Travis says, I did company for the first and I moved to lease. Warning for anyone wanting to lease. If you have way more costs to offset the extra money made, don't really have a problem, because I work like a demon, but people have. So basically, Travis says he's running hard and he's making as much as he can. And, whenever it comes to lease, you have to have that mindset of, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to do this and I'm going to work myself to the bone. You have to have that will, that want to make the money and to keep going. So you have to have like that. You have to be driven to go make that money. You can't just be like, you know what? I feel like taking the week off, so I'm not going to run this, like, tell the weekend dispatch, don't even give me a load. I'm just going to chill for a day or two. I need to do laundry and clothes and stuff. You got to be able to figure that stuff out on your own. Like, you got a 10-hour break. Like, use it to your advantage. Throw the clothes in the washer, Boom, shower. Come out the shower, throw it in the dryer. Boom, go eat. Come back from eating, grab the clothes, take it to the truck. You might not be able to fold that stuff up today, but tomorrow you're going to get another 10-hour break. Take care of your business. Like, micromanage your time. If you want to be successful in trucking, you got to start learning how to micromanage your own time and figure out how to work in the most you can in one day within a 10-hour break, or, however, time is money out here. Get drug tested under the bill really fast. Rodney says, new to the channel, is it hard to get a regional or dedicated flatbed route with no experience? In flatbed, it depends where you live. Like, you got some options. We got Tennessee back. So, Tennessee, what's his chances on having little to no experience in a regional or a dedicated? Like, how hard would it be for him to get onto that?
Not very hard at all. All you have to do is, when you get off your TNT trainers, or before you get off your TNT trainer's truck, you're going to talk to your fleet manager, who would be your TT trainer's fleet manager, and tell them that you want to go regional, and the area you're in will depends. Like me, I'm Midwest region. I jumped straight into from my PSD trainer or my TNT trainer's truck into Midwest region straight away.
So it's not very hard. Now, for us reefer side, it's harder because we have like pretty much one dedicated thing. Right now, from my understanding, we have one pretty good dedicated, but the rest is regionals, kind of be in the right spot, right time.
Yeah, the dedicated, it depends on where you live in for flatbed. To jump straight into a dedicated on the flatbed side, you have to live in 2 areas that I know of.
Yeah. MG says, Twisted Big D, I took your advice and got my CPAP machine. I find it odd enough people bring awareness to sleep apnea. Yeah, and the sleep apnea, like, a lot of people just, like, you don't even have to be a big person to have sleep apnea. Like, whenever I joined Prime, I didn't have to go take a sleep study test. I'm pretty sure that I needed one. Like, I've known for a long time that I probably needed a sleep apnea machine, and like I had sleep apnea, but I was trying to avoid it long as I could. I wish I would have got one as soon as I came in because I really needed it, and I needed that good sleep. And once I got it, started using it every night, like, I sleep good. I make sure I use it. 22 in chat, 16 likes. That's pretty good odds, Tennessee. But yeah, definitely, if you think you need a sleep study done, go ahead and go get your sleep study done. It is better to get your CPAP stuff on your insurance than coming through Prime and having to take that test, and you take the test, they give you a CPAP machine, but your stuff is not on insurance to be replaced. Like, right now, I have the CPAP machine that Prime gave me. I took their test, but right now I need to get a sleep study done. That way my insurance will send me the hoses and the mask and stuff like that for free, because right now I'm paying like $90 a mask and like a hose, and it's just getting expensive. And insurance, from most insurances, will cover the mask and the hoses. They'll just send it to you. So I'm thinking I need to get that done. Brian says, I have 6 months, but with another company, I probably will go company to learn the macros. And that's not a bad idea either. Like, definitely to learn what you're doing in the truck, go company first. I'm telling you. Nick says, just got back from the Virgin Islands. Gonna work for Prime for about another month, then going local. Fiance is bugging me. Yeah, Nick, I was wondering how that job interview went. Like, I knew you were thinking about leaving Prime. Gene Scott says, I'm so close to being done, hopefully next week. So close. And I am happy I got a trainer now who really teaches good luck students. Your trainer will make or break you in Tennessee in TNT. So yeah, Gene can't say nothing bad about his trainer right now because this trainer also watches the lives, and his trainer would be like, "What you saying about me now?" I don't know. Tennessee, do you believe that your trainer in TNT will make or break you?
Oh yeah, I think our TNT trainers. Yeah, do we want to go into that now?
I don't know.
I have a feeling that's where our retention rate is from. Is our TNT trainers? We got some good ones, some really good ones, and some bad ones that are teaching very bad habits.
Yeah, so just like there's good and bad PSD instructors, if you feel like something's wrong with your TNT trainer, then it doesn't hurt to speak up. I will say that. It doesn't hurt to get with a fleet manager or call your PSD instructor or call your buddy that's driving a truck and be like, "Hey, will you ask your trainer if this is right?" It's not that you're like completely not trusting your TNT trainer, but somebody else might be able to look at that situation and give you some better advice. And you know, I I believe on TNT, if you're getting the miles, he's letting you back, he's teaching you the macros and stuff like that. Sometimes the bad attitude we can deal with. Sometimes the bad attitude you can deal with and get it done. As long as he's teaching you good. If the truck is filthy, pee bottles, what else, Tennessee? What's dirty? Like just clutter everywhere, I
Yeah,
guess.
just clutter everywhere. TV in the passenger seat where you can't sit.
Yeah, it's some things. Like I don't want anyone to have to be in a truck with like pee bottles everywhere. They make the pee jug over there that needs to sponsor me because I made a video with that thing. You can't even see it. The pee jug. They make the pee jug. That is where the pee goes. Nah, you should not on a reality. Like I'm just joking about the pee jug. I bought it as a joke. It's funny.
Hashtag PJug.
Yeah. Y'all get me sponsored by the pea jug. It's even in the shape of a pea. But I like the pea jug. But in all reality is you shouldn't have people like peeing in jugs and stuff inside the truck. It's just disgusting in the first place. I don't condone it. Like if there's multiple people in the truck. Now I understand that some people they have a problem. They have to use the bathroom a lot more than others. Well, if you know you're one of those people, do not start training TNT students. If you know that you can't drive down the road without having a pee in the bottle or something like that, then don't even train PSD. I meant TNT or anything.
Or get you a catheter.
Woo.
But they do make condom catheters.
You ain't playing around, are you?
That's what you need to sponsor condom catheters.
Condom catheters for truckers. You can go anywhere at any time. You just strap it to your leg.
Yeah. From the pee bottle to the pee bag.
Oh, you can just hang it. You can hang it out your window to dry. Even well, hang it on the mirror. That's disgusting. Oakdale Reefer Holler says, after a week, I finally got to leave in the morning. Bo, what's up? What's going on, Bo? I haven't seen you in a while, Bo. You need to come by the terminal sometime. Say what's up. It's been a while. Greenwich says, I'm not hitting the button until I know that I like the show. What's going on, Jason Bailey? So Jason Bailey is one of my old students and great guy. He does a TikTok that's I can't think of the name of his TikTok right now, but he does TikTok. Pretty interesting guy, funny stuff. 20 likes already, huh? Cornbread says, with the high cost of washer and dryers at a truck stop, I save money by washing my clothes while I'm in the shower. It works. If you want to really save some money, don't even go to the don't even buy no laundry soap or detergent or nothing like that. Just leave your clothes like completely on and just scrub your body wash right through your clothes. It'll clean it up real nicely. Tennessee does that every night. He looks zestfully clean, and his clothes are always zestfully clean. And he sleeps in them too, so it kind of starches him while he sleeps. Multitasker. Nice beard, fellas. Thank you. From Facebook, Sarah. The wife said we have nice beards. Robert says, okay, thank you. I live in Georgia and I'm just looking at flatbed options, trying to do my research. See, Robert's going to be a great student, man. He's already doing research. He's checking out trucking. That's what I like to hear. Knowledge is power. And Tennessee's a flatbed trainer, and he's one of the good ones.
FBG.
I don't want to hear that racism. Travis says, big agree with Gene about trainers making or breaking you in TNT. Mine was amazing, and unfortunately that he retired after me. Dude drove for over 25 years. Man. Yeah, Travis lucked out all around. Travis started out with, in my opinion, the best PSD instructor we have. He started out with Justin. Justin ended up with COVID, and he got stuck with me. And I helped him out. I just sharpened up his skills, like whatever he needed help with. I just sharpened them the rest of the way up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Justin had them all the way ready. I just sharpened them up the rest of the way. And then he lucked out and got an awesome TNT trainer. I mean, the guy's just lucky. Pegleg says, a student in a TNT cannot afraid to speak up. Hold on. Let me start over. A student in a TNT cannot be afraid to speak up for themselves, advocate for yourself. And I agree with that 100%. Like, speak up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. If you don't speak up for yourself, nobody else will. Now, if you're lucky enough to end up with me and you hit me up and you tell me, or even if you're not my student, like I can push you into the right way, the right path of who you need to talk to, who you need to call. Like, my guys, they call me, and if it's that bad, I'm definitely gonna say something. Like I've called my fleet manager before and said, hey, I got this going on and this going on and this going on. I need this guy pulled off this truck. This is ridiculous. And it happens. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm getting way less of those calls here lately. Like, a lot of people are doing awesome on TNT. I'm not having any complaints. I have some people that are all like, man, TNT was rough. And I believe it was rough. It is kind of hard. It is hard. Tennessee, you been getting many complaints about TNT?
Here lately, just one complaint. And then when I told him what he needed to do, he didn't say anything yet until you got it fixed for him.
Till I got it fixed for him?
I'm going to leave his name out so he don't feel like he's getting jabbed right now.
Well, at least we got him on the right path.
Oh, yeah.
Gilbert J. Hernandez says, does the doctor give you a 2-year DOT medical card if you have a sleep apnea, or is it just for a reduced period? Whenever you have sleep apnea, they diagnose you with sleep apnea. You're only going to get 1 year DOT card. So every year I have to go in there and do my DOT physical again. Every October I'm in there getting a DOT physical. It's not a big deal. Bill Crazy Hair Douglas. So if y'all don't know Bill, like Bill is famous here at Prime. I'll tell you what, like I was talking about him the other day, and they're all like, "He's the guy with the Route 66 truck." I'm all like, "Nah, he don't have that truck no more." But like Bill's a pretty cool guy. Like I got to talk to him on the phone. Like first time I met him was a long time ago. I was asking him about his truck, and I didn't remember it, but he jumped on my TikTok during a live. Just brought him random person. I was like, whoever that is, just bring him in here. We'll talk about trucking. And we had a real good time on there and real great guy. But random question. Did you hear BP bought TA? Whoa, no, I did not. Man, that's crazy. Hopefully they clean up some of those TAs. They remodel some of those old TAs. Like, don't get me wrong, I like TA. Like, I like the showers in the TA and stuff like that, but they do need a facelift. Definitely need a facelift.
Well, maybe BP will turn them around and make them better.
Bo says waiting for his his appointment time, just outside of Seattle. Bo, you need to stop going to Seattle, Washington, man. You need to stay out of Washington. It's bad weather hits up there. Oakdale Reefer Holler says, "Who wants to join my Prime only plus peg leg Discord group?" I don't know. You know, I feel bad. I didn't even join it. Like I seen it, and I'm in enough Discord groups that I was like, Discord is eating up my phone. Like, where's my phone at? Oh, now that I say something, there's only one notifications. But usually my phone notifications are just nothing but Discord. So like I'm not joining another Discord. And I know a lot of my notifications for Discord is my shoes. So like I already know that that's part of the problem, but I get so many notifications for Discord, it's not funny. Have you noticed that, Tennessee?
I think I'd ignore them too much to realize it.
Did you join his
No, that one
Prime
didn't pop
only?
up.
What?
So that didn't pop up.
Did you join his Prime only Discord?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I like the, when you're talking Prime only Discord, I'm just like, man, it's like I want to. So the Discord that we're in, the Truck It Discord that's out there that we joined is, I think that it was the ideal of it was going to be great. And I think that it started off good. And I think that we kind of slowed down on telling people about it. But, it was a way for us to have multiple trucking groups out there and multiple trucking companies all in one place. Like if you wanted to know about Swift, we had a guy in there that could tell you about Swift. If you wanted to know about US Express, it would have been nice to have a guy in there for US Express. And that's kind of what I kind of wanted it for, is a open area just to do research on trucking. That way you have more than just Prime in there going, the only place to work is Prime. Like if you do not think Prime's going to fit you, then go somewhere else. Like, it would be nice if that Discord was like more like that. Like I was wanting to build it so I had communications with a way bigger amount of people from different companies. And like I got too much social media going on. I just can't deal with it as much as I wanted to. And it's a great Discord, don't get me wrong. We have a great time talking in the voice chat and people are helping people in there. It's a great Discord, but I wanted to do so much more with it. It's not my Discord either, so it's kind of 23 likes, 28 in chat. What do you think of the Discord, Tennessee?
I think it's a good tool to get a little bit more information on and get a chance to talk to different companies, not just Prime, to hear what's going on.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Cornbread Mafia says, Twisted, I went to Pottsville, Arkansas today and got to experience the mud hole that you were telling me about. Fun times. Dude, I told you I didn't want to go back there for a while. Like, oh man, guys, so like this place wasn't a bad place to go. It was a real tight dock. Don't get me wrong, it was a real tight dock, but they had a truck that got stuck. Somehow a truck went into the creek and they had to grade it all out, which you lost like probably like 4 or 5 foot of room to put it in an already tight dock. So now you have to go into this graded mud area, and it's just a mess. It's a mess, and it sinks in, and it's horrible. So when I know exactly what you're talking about. Jason Bailey says, my obligation to say this now. Hashtag reefer gang.
FBG.
Reefer gang, bro. What you know about that reefer life?
All right,
Those
where is my
heavy
flatbedders? Light up chat. FBG.
Oh, don't say that, man. I'm gonna get lit up with flatbedders. Slowpoke TNT says, "Sup, fellas? Back off home time. I hope you enjoy. Hey, I want one of those slowpoke hats. You better have one of those for me whenever you come back. You just went on home time. I was expecting you to make some hats." Travis says, "What can I say? I was blessed with 3 amazing people showing me the way." Yeah, man. Travis, you were extremely lucky, man. Travis says, although I did almost get my nails painted orange and green fuzz. So funny you mentioned that, Travis, is like this week I've been like telling my students, okay, so let's go back. In my truck, I had this student named Red, and I always told him, hey, we're going to paint your fingernails orange and yellow so you can remember to count to 4 orange cones. So he thought it was funny after he tested it out to buy me traffic code orange fingernail polish and yellow fingernail polish. So
I
it's
bought
been
you
in my
yellow.
middle. Do what?
Said the old lady donated the yellow.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So Tennessee's wife gave me the yellow, and it's been in the center of my truck this whole time. So whenever a student gets on my truck, they usually look down at it like I'm sitting there talking to them about pre-trip. I'm all like, how you doing? I'm twisted, blah, 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 blah. And they always like look down at the fingernail polish like, and then they look at me like I got one of those trainers that's wears fingernail polish and probably a skirt on the weekend. Like, so what if I do? Like, that's none of your business. But anyways, they always look at it and look at me messed up, but I don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. I'm like, let them think what they want. Like, it's cool. So, you know, what I do is I give my students a hard time. So whenever they don't, so with the cones, you want to see 4 orange cones and no yellow one. So when they're not lining up to that, I'm all like, what? You can't count to 4? I said, get that orange fingernail polish down there by your side. And they look at it and they're all like, that's what that's for? I'm all like, yeah, it's for you guys that can't count to 4. You can paint your 4 fingernails orange, paint the thumb yellow. So you remember cone, 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 cone. Don't see the yellow one. Covered it up with the back of the trailer. That way you know you're in a better position to put it in the parallel. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
But
my student that test tomorrow, he just about got that fingernail polish yesterday.
yeah, I said I got it in the truck. I remember. Yeah, the 1 year. Antonio says, what's up? Just wanted to say I trifected today. Where's my clapping? Good job, Antonio. Good job, man. We're proud of you. Like, awesome. Definitely great to see somebody else get their CDL. Like, that's now that CDL says that you're pretty much guaranteed to make like 50 to 60K a year minimum. Like, in my opinion, Tennessee, what do you say about somebody that passed their test today?
Congratulations, that's what I say.
We said that already.
Hey, I'm squirreling about 50 places at once while you're talking, seeing chat from 2 different directions. Technically, 3 different directions. Here,
Turn all that off and just
here.
focus right here. So I have trouble staying awake. Does that mean I need awake apnea? You probably need a sleep apnea machine because you're not sleeping good enough to stay awake during the day. So you might want to look into getting tested. Brian says BP is buying TA switch over from electronic trucks. So they say, dang electronic trucks. Crazy Hair TV Show says, oops, logged into my channel page. I was on my troll page. Hey, at least you're honest. I got a page for trolling people. I don't even have a page for trolling people. Tennessee, make me a page for trolling people. Oakdale says, the only reason I made the DC because it was mentioned of having Prime only. That's all. Only reason I made the DC is it was mentioned of having Prime only. That's all. Bull says, rather be up here than back in Idaho on that ice sheet called highway. They'll be dropping in the terminal next month. So next month, I'll see you, Bo. Twisted, I need to meet up with you tomorrow to gift you a gnome. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I just got rid of the last hat. No, I wish I had another hat. Dang. Dang, what am I going to do? I'll figure out something. Jason Bailey says, I was FBG, but I came back to the light, and the truth is that hashtag reefer game.
Come back to the dark side. We have cookies.
He lies. He lies. Lies. Backwoods weather is pretty decent in Washington right now. It was in the 50s yesterday, and today it was in Pasco, Washington. Tennessee, what was the weather like today?
It was cold. When I left the yard, it was 28 degrees.
Yeah, and the wind was blowing on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I kept telling my students, move over. I'm getting warm. Y'all gotta move. Like, slide over to the passenger seat. Let me get warm. Back of my hands were red and they stung and they hurt. And I was like, man, it's horrible outside.
Yeah, I was over on pad 7 in my bibs and hands inside, keeping warm.
I'm wearing thermals and everything, dude. Like, I'm thermals. I was still cold. Like, I put on 2 jackets. Like, I was still cold. I should have put on my heated gloves, though. I was tripping and didn't even think about putting on my heated gloves. Or I thought about it. I was just like, man, I hate wearing gloves. Honestly, I hate wearing gloves. I don't like wearing gloves. I don't. I have the heated gloves, but I don't like wearing them. I don't know. You can't pick stuff up really well with them. Like your vape, you want to vape, but you have the glove on. It doesn't fit in the pocket. Like, I just don't like wearing gloves. 24 likes and what? 27 in the chat? Do we need to take a minute from the words of Peg Leg?
Yes, we do.
So we want to hear from Peg Leg. Peg Leg has been a great influence on the show, and he's made a special video to teach you guys how to use that like button.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Using the P jug and hit the like button with a P. I like that video, man. I really do. Uh, they say that about the gnome mascot. Uh, Bull says I'm telling Red about that. Yeah, so Red is the one that gave me the nail polish. Bull's saying he's telling Red about that. Jeff Stedman says heading back to Florida. What do you mean you're heading back to Florida? Did you quit trucking or Jeff, you're making me nervous about that heading back to Florida. Hopefully you're going back to Florida on a load because it's nice and warm. Scotty B says it was 70 today in Massachusetts. There was out in a t-shirt. Yeah, it was crazy cold today in Springfield. It was cold today, and that wind was horrible. Okay, great, Jeff. No, he's on his load. Okay, I was all like, what? You going to Florida? What's going on with that?
Did we seriously catch up with chat?
Dude, I know it ain't that crazy.
Wow.
I try to get my student, he loves asking questions. One of my students right now, and like he's all like, "Hey, I got a question," and I sent him the live, and I was hoping he was asking a bunch of questions. I was all like, "Ma'am, there's the link. Ask all the questions you want. It's time to ask questions." And he probably started watching the live, and he just went blank. He was all like, "I don't even know what to ask now that I'm on the spot." But tomorrow morning, I bet he's gonna have a list of them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
I
you
sent
can
the
ask
link
all the questions. Do what?
I was gonna say, yeah, I sent the link to my two and see if they would have jumped in here and asked questions.
Yeah. I mean, like I told him, I was all like, hey, every question helps out. Like, and it does. Like when people are asking questions, it keeps us talking about this and that, whatever's going on. And Tennessee flatbed is just a reefer without walls and reefer and no doors and doors.
Well, today we had a reefer in Springfield.
Oh yeah, with how cold it was.
That thing was set to frozen.
I think somebody left a reefer unit on with the doors open. That's what I think.
They left all of them on in the yard with the doors open.
You know the coldest and like the hardest to breathe thing ever is there's a meat place by Monette, and we pick up there. They put dry ice inside the trailer. They pack it with that dry ice. So if you don't know it, like the first time you go in there, you climb in there to put your load locks in, you're all like, oh, I'm lightheaded and I can't breathe. Like that stuff is horrible. Like whenever I think of something really cold, I think about going in the back of that trailer. That thing was cold and you couldn't breathe. It took your breath away just walking in it.
Yeah, you need to bring me some dry ice so I can throw in my fountain during Halloween.
Where am I going to get you some dry ice?
You just told me you know of a place that puts dry ice in the.
Oh, you want me to just ask? Hey, can y'all give me some extra of that dry ice stuff?
Yeah, that way I can throw it in my fountain, and that way fog can roll across my whole front yard during Halloween.
You got enough stuff going on in your yard during Halloween. Jeff says, thanks for the tip last week. Dude, anytime, man. Anybody need advice, we're always here. Travis says, hold on, let chat more. Ain't have you keeping up. Oh, Jesus, my coworker just got us stuck. You know, and that's some of the hard things about being a TNT trainer right there is whenever, and you said co-driver, so I know it's not a student. I know you have a co-driver. I know your situation, but you know, when you have a TNT student and they wake you up, it's never good. Like they wake you up and they're all like, "Hey, I remember it to this day. He opened up the curtain. He said, "Daniel, you're having a problem over here." I'm all like, "What's going on, man?" And
Super chat.
I remember being stuck in the truck stop. We got super chats. We got a super chat from Crazy Hair TV for $1. Appreciate it. And it's the first time he's ever gave a. What did we find out about those balloons? Oh, the balloons means celebrate the first super chat from Crazy Hair TV show. But what was I talking about before that happened? Oh, yeah. I never forget the day that my student woke me up and said, "Hey, I need some help." And like, I opened up the curtains and like, we're in a truck stop that was super packed because the roads were bad. So everybody just parked. And he drove down some aisle and like, we were just pinned in there. There was no way out. I got out the truck, walked around, trying to figure out like if there was even a way to drive out of the situation we were in, and there wasn't. We had to back up all the way from the aisle that he went down and backwards through the fuel bay just to get out of that truck stop because it was a mess. Let's see. Have you ever gotten frustrated reading one word message? No, I have not yet.
That's what I was laughing about, is that Russ was just throwing in one word messages to keep chat moving.
He wants me to get behind again because I'm always behind. I'm thinking about taking some home time up in Sandusky, Ohio for Halloween. Cedar Point. I heard they might even have truck parking. Tennessee, you would know about that. What's in Cedar Point? Or yeah, what's in Cedar Point?
Oh, I don't know what's up there, but I'll be in Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween, or during the month of Halloween.
I can't believe we just get through Valentine's Day, like the month of love. We're in February, Cupid and all that stuff, and we're talking about Halloween already.
Yeah, we need to get rid of Valentine's and put a second Halloween in there.
I love my CPAP. We sleep together all the time. Yeah, and I love mine too. Like with the CPAP machine, so I used to snore, right? I used to snore. My wife, I take that back. I never snored. My wife said I snored all the time and she had trouble sleeping. I don't remember ever snoring once, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I don't remember snoring, but my wife said that I snored a lot. Well, since I've been on the CPAP machine, she hasn't complained about snoring one time. So your spouse gets to sleep better. So if you need a CPAP, if you think you have sleep apnea, go get tested. It's also having sleep apnea is also bad for your circulation. It's bad for your heart. I mean, it's a lot of health concerns by not getting treated for it and getting the machine. So make sure if you even think that you have sleep apnea, go get checked. Last thing you want to do is not breathe in your sleep and not wake up the next day. Dead serious on that stuff. It's super important. I believe in the CPAP machine and I like having one. Weasel, what's going on? Weasel says, "What's up, guys? Was to test out yesterday, but due to the weather, it was rescheduled for the 22nd. Man, that sucks, dude. Well, at least you got a date still, so.
Super chat.
Look at this. Travis Russell with the $5 super chat says, "Love you, brother. You be blessed. I gotta get us moving again. I'll let you know next time I'm in Springfield." Travis, we gotta, and also next time you got some free time, like a 34-hour resets, let's hit up that League of Legends again, man. We haven't played League in a while. We play League of Legends, bro. Tennessee loves that game. He loves to hear me complain about it too. Hey, thank you for the $5 super chat, Russell. I appreciate it, man. Anyways, back to Weasel. Man, I hope you pass that test on the first time, man. We are rooting for you. You've been here on the channel for a long time. At least what 9 months? 6 to 9 months he's been here. Tennessee. Tennessee went to sleep. It's the best amusement park on earth. Okay, that's what it is. We need a holiday for single peeps. Jeez. I think it's called St. Patty's Day. You go out and get drunk and like have a blast. Oh, check this out. It says new member. Crazy Hair TV show just became a member of the YouTube. I appreciate that, man. Like you get to use the new emotes. So you were talking about your trolling channel. Now you can use the emote of the tea bottle. We got a tea bottle in there for you to use. It's kind of funny. Backwood says, is there a Walmart with truck and trailer parking in Springfield? I may be loading tomorrow in Sanoke, however you say it, and coming that way. Walmart with truck and trailer parking. Yeah, I see a lot of truck and trailers at the one on Division and Kearney Street. They still let people park with trailers over there, Tennessee, or is it just
and that would be Kearney and Campbell.
Kearney and Campbell?
Why'd you say Division?
I mean Glenstone.
Or Glenstone.
Glenstone and Kearney. We were both wrong.
Well, we had one street right.
Anyways, we're truck drivers. We didn't have our GPS on. You know, if we don't have GPS, we can't find Walmart. Jesus.
I didn't look at the map, so.
Yeah, bad trip planning on both of our parts.
Hold on. Let me pull the map out.
Oh, there you go.
See? Springfield.
Crazy Hair's TV show says, are there any TNTs waiting? I keep getting told none are available. I'm sure that there's some TNTs somewhere. Like, we test out. There are tests every single day, so I'm sure that there's TNTs. Do they match up with you? I don't know. Like, I would get with Chris Martin and say, hey, look, I'm in Springfield. Like, it doesn't hurt to call him or just go to his office and say, hey, I'm in Springfield, man. You got a student for me? It would be freaking awesome if you did. But I'm not testing nobody till next Wednesday, so next week. Oakdale says, if y'all didn't know Prime's monitoring machines, I got shut down twice because of that machine. Yes, and that's true too. Prime does make sure you're CPAP compliant. They do check the machines and check your hours and make sure you have enough hours to go ahead and, 27 likes, 25 in chat. Mine shows 27 in chat and 27 likes.
All right, well, chat's going up.
Okay. But yes, they will shut you down if you're not CPAP compliant. So you have to be CPAP compliant. Oakdale, my biggest thing is like what I cannot stand, and I'm not saying you do this, but some people do this. What I cannot stand is people that say, I set an alarm clock and soon as I hit the amount of time, the 4 hours I need to wear a day or whatever the case may be, they say, I just rip it off my face. When my alarm goes off, I rip it off my face so I can go back to sleep. Like, why would you set an alarm to wake up and take it off? Why not just wear it till you wake up? Like, don't set yourself up for some bad habits. That's going to cause you to get shut down. Yeah, don't cause yourself some bad habits to cause yourself to get shut down. Backwoods says, I'm done looking for the join button. Backwoods, I'm sorry. I know you're having problems joining, man.
I was going to say, it's usually located right next to his name on chat or on the YouTube page.
What YouTube page?
So as soon as like the video, the live we're watching right now, where it says the title of the live, it says talking to CDL instructors Q&A. Then it says Twisted D. And it says 3.39K subscribers, and then right beside that it says join, and then it says subscribe.
On his, he can't find it. It's not working. Yeah, he's like seriously not happy about it. Pegleg says, "What's the best road atlas for you to have in your truck?" Rand McNally. That's my opinion. Who all makes a atlas?
All I see is Rand McNally, and other than the state maps.
Make sure it's a truck. Well, like make sure it's a truck one that has the information on bridges and stuff like that. I think the regular atlas has that information in it too. Greenwich says we need a new directors for local attractions. Yeah, we're not that great at local stuff. River Ridge Smoker says, yo, yo, yo. Tennessee, when's that cook-off coming, man?
When it gets warmer.
We getting closer to it. Odell says, oh no, I can't sleep without it. I wear it all night. How'd you get shut down then because of it? If you wear it all night all the time, then how'd you get shut down? Make sure also with that being said, also make sure that if you have a CPAP machine, make sure you have extra hoses, extra mask, make sure you have the extra fuses that go into the electrician. Tennessee, you're the electrician.
I'm listening.
What's the extra fuses that go into the little wire?
The extra fuses that go in the wire.
They're like a little glass tube. You throw them in there, you screw it together, you plug it into the wall.
The bullet fuses.
So make sure you have extra fuses. That way, if one blows, you have an extra one. That way, you're never stuck with a machine that doesn't work, or you're not having like I had a friend that had a pet on the truck, and he had his dog on the truck, and his dog ate his holes for his CPAP machine. So it ate through the holes, so he couldn't use it because it was leaking air, so he got shut down. And then he tried to duct tape it, and that worked for a while, but
okay. He asked iPad or phone, and I just clicked onto my iPad, and I'm not seeing the join button. So let me do some investigations on that, and I'll get right back to you on that where it is.
so on iPad or phone? So Apple products. Just don't buy Apple products. Apple's being racist against YouTube right now. Backwood says, I don't say that on mine, iPad or phone. When's the CDL instructors coming on? Oh. Hopefully soon. Cornbread Mafia says, when you sleep in your bunk, do you sleep with your head on the driver's side or on the passenger side? In my truck, I sleep with my head on the driver's side, unless the truck is on a slope where the passenger side's up. I don't like sleeping with my head lower than my feet. So if the truck is leaning this way, I'm going to sleep with my head down here. If it's leaning this way, I'm going to sleep with... If it's leaning this way, I'm going to sleep with my head up here, higher than my feet. If it's leaning this way, I'm going to sleep with my head up here, higher than my feet. I don't like sleeping with my feet higher than my head. I don't like that. Now, I will, sometimes I will elevate my feet whenever I sleep, just for some better circulation. A long time ago, I had varicose veins that were lasered out, and I just don't want no more issues with bad circulation. Another thing that I do to help with circulation is whenever you sit in a seat, when you sit in your driver's seat on your truck, if you're if your legs if your legs are resting on the seat and hanging there, you're cutting off circulation to your legs. So like whenever I sit, when my foot touches the ground, it kind of raises my leg up off of the seat some, so I'm not cutting off the circulation to my feet and my legs because I don't want no issues like that. Um, there was a lady that was she was in the service some way. Well, she was flying home to Lubbock, Texas, where I'm from, and she was sitting in a plane seat, and her being on a long flight in those seats cut off, like, mess with the circulation of her legs, and she had a blood clot go from her leg to her lung. I think it was her lung, and it killed her. And it was all because of bad circulation during a flight. So, like, I'm real big on that. We are setting for a long time in these trucks. Make sure that you set in a position where you're not. If your feet are falling asleep while you're driving the truck, then you are setting in a situation where your feet are falling asleep. You know, or where you're setting in a position where you're cutting off circulation. What do you think about circulation, Tennessee, in your legs and stuff while you're driving?
Yeah, I always make sure there's a gap like that between the back of my knee and that seat
Yeah,
on the bottom of my leg. So when my leg's sitting there, the seat's like this.
exactly. And it's for circulation. Like at the end of the day, we don't want to cut off circulation to our feet and stuff like that. Especially like if you're diabetic or something like that, you want the best circulation you can have for your blood. Pegleg says, "Are you guys doing pork loin or brisket for your cook off?" Hopefully they're doing ribs, brisket, steak. Like we're having the works. Like we
Hey,
gotta check everything.
I
Chicken.
said drunken chickens, but when I first said the cook off,
Bro, I'm from Texas. We need some beef in there. What are you talking about? Like just chicken? Co- Like, don't get me wrong, I like some chicken too, but like you gotta have some beef
because
tips.
that's one thing you haven't had of mine yet is drunken chicken.
I haven't had a brisket either.
Yeah, you have.
No, I
You've
have
had
not.
two types.
No, we have not. Remember that was two roast. You made two roast. And
Oh yeah,
every
you
time you
didn't
said that
show
that
up
was a
when I did
brisket.
brisket.
No, when did you do brisket that I had brisket?
There were two times I did brisket. I did a
You know what?
17. I
I
did a
take that back. You
17
brought me
pound
brisket.
and then a 14 pound.
No, I didn't get no brisket then. You brought me brisket one night in a plastic Ziploc bag that one time. I do
Hmm.
remember. I had your brisket one time. You tried my brisket too. I brought you my brisket, but you never told me how it was.
I told you it was good.
Okay, now you have. No, you probably did. I just don't remember. It's been a while. Oakdale says it's been a couple years since I had my first truck back in the early 2020. 2020.
That wasn't very long ago.
I know. I'm all like, dang, that wasn't very long. We're moving on, making me feel old over here. Mario Johnson said, "Hey, Twisted D, I didn't pass my test today, but I take my second attempt on Wednesday." Mario, I'm sorry you didn't pass, man. Like Wednesday, Wednesday, give it hell, man. Give it hell. Just think of your test as just another day of you practicing with your trainer or whoever taught you. Just pretend it's another day of that and just do your thing. Don't think of it as a test. Where a lot of people mess up is they start stressing that it's a test and they're all like their stress levels up and they're just freaking out and they just ruin it. I mean, what you think, Tennessee?
Yeah, I wish we could invent an anxiety pill or a de-stress pill for test anxiety and give it to our students so they ain't
Yeah,
worried about it.
yeah, Xanax. I'm down to like three murders a day.
Hey, that's what my anti-killing juices in the morning.
That coffee, that's some good
Yeah.
stuff. Tim Harmon says black tape works great for CPAP hose repair. Electrical tape, I think you're talking about. I think that would be pretty good too. Duct tape.
Or the Gorilla Tape is black.
Oh, Gorilla Tape. Oh, how about the Flex Seal, man? I seen that guy on the commercial. He slapped it on the bolt and just went out there in the boat. Flex Seal. We need to get sponsored by Flex Seal because we could so tear up some CPAP holes and just slap some Flex Seal on it, and we're good.
So, real quick before you jump on, Backwood, the iPad does not give you a join button anywhere. You have to do it through your phone. Preferably, it's not an Apple product. I haven't checked the Apple phone yet, the iPhone, to see if it's there. But real quick, I got to move it over to their name and then the join button.
What happens when you click the join button? Oh, it has all the stuff on it. Okay. Cool. I know what everyone's asking themselves right now. Why is Tennessee Flatbedder not a member?
Because nobody's donating the coffee to me. So I can keep up the subscription to Twisted's channel.
Gilbert Hernandez says, I was sleeping with a CPAP too. I just pretend I'm on a fighter pilot. Yeah, I can see that. I thought about doing a TikTok of that. Like, I was going to put the mask on and then, like, what's it called? Top Gun, do the music to that, but somebody beat me to it. Like, I seen it already, and I was all like, oh, somebody beat me to it. I'm so mad. Yeah, anxiety got you. Man, that test anxiety, it is a killer whenever it comes to test day. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've seen the most solid people. Like, I was like, this guy has it. There's no way this guy's gonna fail. No way. And I seen them like fell, and I was like, what? And it's, the only thing I can say to do is anytime you have like a major thing going on, like a big test or anything like that, just whatever you did in that situation to make you more calm and relaxed and just take care of the situation that you're in, do that. Like, whenever I had it too. Like, I was super nervous whenever I was going to take my test. And my trainer said, I don't get it. You're so freaking out about this test and you're so nervous about it. He goes, you used to be a correctional officer. What did you do before y'all ran in? Like, we talked about you going in the cell, wrestling the dude with the shank, getting the shank from him, like restraining him. So what did you do before you did that? Because like, I would be freaking out. Door open, the guy has a weapon and you got to go in there. And I was all like, man, we would get all pumped up. We start pushing each other around in the room where you put on all the gear, the Ninja Turtle suits. So we would get all pumped up back there, pushing each other around. Let's go. It was time to work. We knew what we had to do. Like, we had to go do this. And he goes, well, you know what you got to do on that test. You know how to do the maneuvers. You know how to drive the truck. You know your pre-trip. So that's what you need to do. And I was like, okay. So I got all pumped up, and then I got one of the nicest examiners and the soft-spoken examiner there is, and his name is JB, and JB gave me my test, and I was all like, oh, I'm gonna smash this dude. And then I was all like, oh, he's so nice. This is super nice guy. I cannot. And I was all pumped up, and I was like, he's not your friend. You got a job to do. Get it done. And yeah, I got over my stuff, and I took my test, and I did good. So trifecta got out of my head. Tennessee, how'd you deal with your test anxiety?
Oh, no, it's been 6 years ago. I don't remember.
Did you have test anxiety?
Oh, I have anxiety to begin with.
So it's just every day for you.
Oh, yeah.
Gene Scott says, give y'all something to discuss for people upgrading Pete or freight or international. Definitely not international.
Freight.
I would say Freightliner too. Uh-oh. I'll have to call him back. But why would you say Freightliner?
Those are reliable.
How so?
They don't break down as often. We don't see them in the shop as much.
Well, any truck ends up in the shop.
Yeah, but how often do you hear of international or Pete being put in the shop before a Freightliner? A lot.
Yeah, I think that it comes down to to me, what I'm looking at in all three trucks is which one has the shop that's open all the time. Freightliner is going to be the one that has the shop that's open the most. And like Freightliner is pretty much a 24-hour, 7-day a week shop. So if something goes wrong with it, you can always get it in there and be worked on. You know, they're all three good trucks. Realistically, I would just want the one that doesn't break down. Like if you had one that doesn't break down, that means I'm running more. I'm going to be happiest with it. But to me, a truck's a truck. I'm not like a brand guy. I don't have a certain brand of truck that I go for. I think if they gave me the choice, I would definitely go with a Freightliner just because I'm used to it. I've been in Freightliners the most. I've been in a couple Peterbilts, not for like just my friends. Peterbilts, checked them out. They are nice trucks. They look good. They drive smooth. Like they're not bad trucks, but I've been in an international and I did not like nothing about it. I really did not. I've been in a couple of internationals and I did not like them. I don't like the steps climbing up into an international. It feels like you're climbing a ladder every time you get into there. I just don't know. I just did not like the international at all. If I had a choice, I would probably go with a Freightliner. Have you ever smoked pork butt, Tennessee?
Pork butt, not yet.
Greenwich says it's been a few years since I had my first truck. 1822.
Wasn't that a dinosaur?
Beta blockers. Gene Scott says I wouldn't have needed a whole bottle of those, Tennessee. Got an iPhone 13 too, LOL.
Yeah, it looks like you're just gonna have.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Backwood looks like he's gonna have to find somebody that don't have an Apple product, log into his YouTube and join real quick, and then log back out.
That's a lot of work. Reefer Holler says it's been since I had my first truck in 2020 since I was shut down because of my CPAP machine is what I was saying. Oh, we were all lost. We understand now. Cornbread Mafia says, where is the toughest place you ever had to pack a trailer into? Tennessee, you answer first.
That would have to be that one, and it wasn't a parking my trailer. It would have to be when I pulled up the wrong driveway because I didn't see that sign, and it was an S-curve driveway, and I had to back down it and then back up another S-curve driveway on the other side of the building to get into their door.
There's a place in Dallas I went to.
He's gonna draw a
Draw the
diagram.
building. I'm gonna draw the building over here. So I went to this place in Dallas and they thought that I was in a box truck, right? So the way their building was like this, and it had this wall that went like this. Box trucks went on this side over here. So box trucks were supposed to be over here. I was dropping one pallet here, so they thought I was in a box truck. All the other trucks were in these docks right here. So I should have went to one of these docks, but I had to go here. So I ended up having to jackknife it in there. It was hard to get it in that door. And I ended up blocking their whole parking lot. So you had other box trucks trying to leave through here, people coming this way, people working, like the workers couldn't get it out for their lunch breaks, nothing. I was blocking everything. But I tell you one thing is whenever I got it in there, they couldn't even believe I got it in there. Whenever I got it out of there, it was super fast. They unloaded that one pallet really quick, gave me my paperwork, and I was in and out of the place. But it was ridiculous. And they were all like, our mistake. They said, you should have told us that it was that hard to back in there. I was like, dude, I thought y'all knew that like y'all were all like, all the truckers back into that one. I'm all like, that one sucked. Twisted, don't get kicked by my stumped in that cell. Yeah, that happened to me one time. It sucked. Mario says, same here, Tennessee. War, Tennessee, ever thought of switching to reefer?
That would
Why
be.
you gotta make that face when you shake your head? Why you gotta make that face? You're old.
I've done told you guys that I don't justify getting out of my truck, opening up two doors, and sitting all day long. We already do that driving.
Listen to you, Mr. Solar Powered, set all through the weekend, chill out. Like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, we're running. Like, of course, sometimes we get stuck in docks and we get detention paid, but you get stuck at places too. Not too long ago, somebody was telling me that they had to wait for a crane to get there to unload them. So they had to wait during the weekend. And like they got there Friday morning, they had to wait through the weekend and they had to wait till like the next Tuesday to get it unloaded.
Yeah, but that ain't every day.
But it still happens. We don't get detention pay every day. You think we get detention pay every day we deliver somewhere?
So you get out, open up two doors, you back up, pull forward, shut those two doors, and leave.
But are we stuck in a dock every day? Are we getting detention pay every day?
Weird.
Oh. See. I'm just saying, like I deal with anxiety. What's going on, Chris? Definitely don't like internationals and Volvos. Robert says, what about the Cascadia with the driver's lounge? The Cascadia the driver lounge is not that important. The table and the chairs and all that stuff, like I don't think that that's too practical. I know some people that have that table and chairs in their truck and they don't use it. They tell me, like I ask them too. I'm all like, how often do you use that table and chairs? They don't even use it. So like I don't even see the big thing about having it. Like I guess it's cool whenever you first get it, but I don't think it's really worth it.
Yeah, I think that'd be for more husband and wife team.
Yeah, I don't think it's too practical. Like I really don't. first off, you got to fold up your bed before you can even use it. Then it's a fold out table. It just doesn't seem like the best thing in the world. I just don't. Did TNT in the international? It was bad breaking down. Yeah, that's the problem with the international.
All
I
right.
thought Prime was going to get rid of them for the longest time, but Gene Scott says, I have apples and mine works fine. Just join button is where yours was. So some apples it works, some apples it doesn't. Apples, well, maybe his apples are rotted and yours are not. Maybe it had a worm in it. I don't know. Backwoods, anyone got an Android phone I can borrow real quick? Last. What about switching to Tanker? I wouldn't like so
See, I
for the
wouldn't
longest
mind doing
time.
tanker.
Go ahead.
Said I wouldn't mind doing tanker.
What's so great about Tanker?
You still get out of that truck and do the work. You got to log that hose back there, hook it up, turn on your pump, unpump your truck.
You
and
just
then,
want to carry the hose.
hey, we do that every day. We go to the bathroom.
Listen to you. Yeah. Tanker for the longest time I was like, man, I don't want to drive Tanker because I don't know if I drive smooth enough, because like hearing about that surge and stuff like that, I was like, I don't know about that. But you know, now that I've been thinking about it here lately, I drive pretty smooth and I think I would do good at it. So like I don't see why not try and Tanker out. It ought to be, I don't know. I'll just think of different. Tanker would be all right, I guess. Them heavy doors, though. Pegleg says, if running by day makes you a solar powered trucker, then running at night with the moon makes you a moonshine runner.
Yep.
Yeah. Jason Meyer says, what's your favorite type of... We already did that at the beginning. How do you truckers handle interior checkpoints near Mexico?
Easily just answer yes and then one no.
Yeah, pretty much. Greenwich says, I have like setting in a dock. That's only a 2-hour nap. Yeah.
No, I guess if I did do reefer, I wouldn't mind it, but
Don't take it back now. Don't take
no,
it back
I've
now.
just been sitting here thinking about it. I mean, sitting on my butt, you already see how I can't really sit on my butt very long. You see how I'm sitting here on the live and I'm all through the whole thing just because I can't sit still. Driving, I'm keeping my mind occupied. But when I'm just sitting there waiting to get unloaded, it's my anxiety gets moving and I've got to get up and do something.
He would be just like the rest of the reefer drivers. He would have a big old gut and he would be in the back playing his PlayStation, Assassin's Creed, all freaking day. I'm not trying to hear that. Officer, anything I need to know, I should know about? Me, nope. Just things you shouldn't know about. Yeah, the checkpoints are not bad. Wait stations are not bad. You know, what's port of entry? They're not bad either. I will be making a video pretty soon about ports of entry and wait stations. I got it all wrote out, and I just need to record it. Because I did record it, and I found out that I accidentally deleted it a little while ago, so I got to remake it, unfortunately. Would you say miles per gallon is a major factor? If I was leased, miles per gallon would be a major factor in the truck that I got, because I would be trying to get something that got great miles per gallon so I could save money. Would it be a factor with you, Tennessee?
Yeah, the Freightliner is a little bit better what I know of in MPGs. Even though as flatbedder, we don't see the same MPGs as reefer drivers do.
Why's that?
Um, I have not figured that out yet, but I just know we're always pushing barely 7.5, 7.8 to 8 versus your guys' is 8.5, 9s, almost 10s.
It's because y'all don't know how to drive.
Nah, I think it's
No,
because
I know what it
the
is.
reefer
It's
box
that
is
setting.
continuing.
It's that setting all weekend with that dang APU running and not putting any miles down. Y'all just burning fuel all weekend.
No, I honestly think it's the aerodynamics of that box. With us, we constantly have different levels of freight on the back, so it changes our aerodynamics.
I always see you flatbedders like empty, running around.
Then we should be eating better, but we don't.
I don't know. Same trucks should be about the same. Cornbread Mafia says, "What do you think is an easier move for new drivers? What do you think is an easier move for new drivers? A student learning in a Freightliner, then upgrading into a Peterbilt, or learning in a Peterbilt and upgrading to a Freightliner? It doesn't matter. Um, when you're backing, you're watching the back of the trailer. Like you're going to turn the wheel as much as you need to make that trailer do what you need it to do. So you're watching the speed of the trailer move and stuff like that. I don't think it would matter either way. I don't think, the turning radius is different. If you're trying to max out the wheel turn all the way, then you kind of would want a Freightliner because you can get more of a turning radius out of it than the Peterbilt. I think that it's watch the back of the trailer and the backing should be the same. I don't learning on a Freightliner or a Peterbilt. To me, it doesn't even matter. And then upgrade into the other one. I don't think that there's much of a problem there. Tennessee, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thought is nothing really. It doesn't really matter, regardless of what truck you're getting into. Just like every vehicle drives differently than the next. We could have two similar Freightliners, and mine drives a little bit different than Twisted's, and
Yeah,
they're both
but
Freightliners.
so I really don't think it's I don't think it's much of a I guess if I really had to answer this, I'd probably be it would be easier to learn on the Peterbilts and move to the Freightliner. Just because at the end of the day, it's going to break it down to the turning radius. If I was used to not having the extra um,
Give.
move, I guess the extra, hey, I can turn it even more to make it happen even faster, then you're kind of you can it's all the way wheel turn, but you get less out of the Peterbilt. So when you're learning on a Peterbilt, when you're in the Freightliner, you can get that little bit of extra on there. So I think it would make it easier to go from a Peterbilt to a Freightliner. I guess if I had to answer it, I'm going to give you the best information I could on that one. Flatbedders are always heavy, says War.
Well, that's two.
Cornbread Mafia says, when getting fuel at a truck stop, do you walk up and put the hose in, or do you put the hose in and walk up? Tennessee?
I guess I'm lost on that.
I think you have to walk up. You gotta walk up. No? Don't know. Define the situation. Backwoods, my truck is getting 3.9 miles per gallon. That's not good. That's why I like that. See, and a lot of my students always tell me, man, I want one of those long nose Peterbilts, or I want one of those long nose Kenworths, or I want one of those old trucks. And that right there is the reason that I'm like, I don't want one of those old trucks, because the fuel 3.9 miles a gallon, like that's cutting into your profit right there. So, yeah, your truck looks cool, like you got a nice looking truck, but you're eating into your money right there with that 3.9. Uh, War says all those Pete's are Packard engines. Nah, for me. Yeah, if they put a Cummins in there, probably be leaning more towards the Peterbilts. Backwood says mine is a Cummins. Look, Jeff's even like, walk up where? Walk up the steps to get in the truck, or walk down the steps, or I don't know. That's not a good picture. Did you see
Yeah,
the
I'm
picture,
doing
Tennessee?
research on that one. I had to block something on it already.
Oh, really? 3.9 miles per gallon. I can make a truck that gets 11 miles per gallon and goes 300 miles per hour with a modified 5.7. I don't even. I'd rather give this 389 up for a Freightliner, to be honest. So you rather have the Freightliner than the 389? Yeah, I don't blame you there. Like I'd rather have the better fuel mileage. That 3 point, like, especially whenever freight's slow and freight's down. You want to have that better fuel mileage to save you money in the long run. You don't want to be spending. You don't want to be spending all your money on fuel and going broke just because your truck looks cool. What'd you think, Tennessee? You rather have the cool looking truck?
Well, right now, I'd rather have the truck I've got. Now, when I get longer down the road, I would love to have my Pete Long Nose Outlaw, but I know then I'll be able to run maybe one or two loads a month and be able to sit at the house and do nothing the rest of the time.
Okay, so whenever you don't need to make money and you just want to chill and drive around.
Right.
Crazy Hair says my plastic truck looks cool sitting next to all those long noses at the truck show. Right on. Backwood says this company just wants the Pete for whatever reason. Just because it looks cool. Jeff Stedman says, I love my 22 Freightliner LW. I mean, I'd rather have more space, but other than that. Yeah, and those lightweights, they're not bad trucks. Like, I hear people complaining all the time. If I go company, am I going to get a lightweight? And I'm all like, man, it's the luck of the draw. Like, if you're going company, you're not forced into a lightweight necessarily. You're going to be able to get on the list, and whatever truck they have available, you get that truck. It's not necessarily, oh, you're a company driver, you have to take a lightweight. You can lease a lightweight truck if you want. I've heard of people and seen people lease the lightweight trucks. And even didn't you say flatbed? You seen some lightweights, Tennessee?
Yeah, towards the end of last year, we got a few lightweights in, but I haven't seen many of them since.
Oh, thought you liked sitting around doing nothing. That's you, buddy. You're the one that said I can't be reefer because I don't like sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, if I'm sitting at home doing nothing, I'm out in the woods chilling.
I believe it because you said it. Or my 22 Freightliner is leaking oil. I don't know about Freightliner. Leaking oil. What do you mean it's leaking oil? Like under the truck, or are you just losing oil? Is it just every time you check it, is it low? Like, are you burning it? Like, what do you mean you're leaking oil? Might be something you want to get checked out because it could be not so good. What you think, Tennessee?
Yeah, that would be something you need to get it in the shop and checked.
Yeah, leaking oil's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the ducklings here. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. I was going to be a truck driver, but if the industry has clowns like these two, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to being a nanny. Oh, man. Versatile, you're out of control. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. That's funny. LW keeps you busy. What's LW?
Lightweight.
Oh, the lightweight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can run a lot of stuff with the lightweight. You can run more weight on it. I just wouldn't want a lightweight with those dang beer loads. I cannot stand beer loads. They load that stuff as heavy as they can. I would like to be in a lightweight up in the Northeast where you get the 5 cents more per mile for being in the Northeast and the 5% per mile more for being in the lightweight, and just run that Northeast regional. Versatile's been having too much fun. But yeah, I just like for the extra 10 cents per mile to get into that lightweight and run that Northeast freight, like that's where I would try to be in my lightweight. If I had a lightweight, I would try to stay up there and just. But you're right, you do lose out on some room and stuff. And I like that they put the cabinets where the top bunk used to be. I think that's a pretty good thing that they did. Have you seen the lightweight, the inside of the new lightweights, Tennessee?
No, I haven't had the luxury of jumping up in one yet. It's like I'd like to check out that new Kenworth that we got in there.
I know I had an opportunity, but I didn't take it. I was busy, but I had an opportunity to go do a video of the new Kenworth, and I just freaking did not do it. I think I still got the opportunity to go do it, but at the time I was busy with my students. Like, I'm trying to get my students ready for their test. I'm too busy to make videos. That's kind of why I haven't been making too many videos here lately. Backwoods says, I won't mind a lightweight myself. Be as much room as this 389. Yeah. Man, have you ever been to Iowa 80, Tennessee? You ever go to that truck museum at the Iowa 80?
I haven't been the one in Joplin. I've been up to the actual one up on Iowa 80.
So you've been to the I-80. Have you been to the truck museum inside there?
Yeah.
They got that. So you ever see that coffin sleeper on that one truck up there? Or on a couple of them? Dude, I couldn't imagine sleeping in that. Like, that thing is... I just don't know. Like, that's what I should go make a video of. I need to load to Iowa on the 80 to that big truck stop. Not the one in Joplin, the one on the 80.
Well,
I'm
I know
sorry.
you
That
did
was,
that video recently of the one in Joplin.
yeah, I went to Joplin not too long. Rodney says, off topic, but I love your videos, especially when Tennessee is on. Been watching, trying to decide between Prime and another company, TMC. Rodney, I haven't heard bad stuff about TMC. I've heard good stuff. I would research both of them like you're doing. Research both of them and find out which one's best for you. But uh, TMC, I have not heard bad things about. I will say that. Tennessee, have you heard bad stuff about TMC?
No, I haven't heard anything bad about TMC yet.
So they should be all right companies. War, is it true company drivers are forced into lightweights? No, so like if your truck is up on the list and you're a company driver and you pull the lightweight, yeah, you're gonna be in the lightweight. Like, it's luck of the draw. So just get in the lightweight. You're not gonna be in it but for like 3-4 years, and just go do it. Plus you get more cent per mile. Now if you have a reason that you can't be in a lightweight, like you're gonna team with somebody or your wife's gonna come on the road with you, stuff like that. If you have stuff lined up like that, you can tell your dispatcher, and they won't put you on. When they put you on the list, they will let leasing know that you can't be in a lightweight because you have this prior arrangement, so they won't even give you a lightweight. But pretty much if you don't have nothing like that going on, then just take your lightweight and run it. Most people that end up in a lightweight, they end up loving it anyways. They're all like, man, I love my lightweight. Yeah, the Iowa 80 has a couple things I need / want. You could spend a lot of money in those truck stops.
Oh yeah.
The grooved reefer broom for one. Oh, the reefer. Jeff, use the leaf blower, man. The leaf blower is way better than any broom. Leaf blower all the way. I'm a leaf blower guy. You get your leaf blower, your electric leaf blower, and you just blow all that stuff to the back of it, throw it all in a trash bag, and it's clean.
Super chat.
$2 super chat. That's all that lease driver could afford is a $2 super chat. Why love me? I'm just kidding, Versatile. We still love you over here, Versatile. We talked before the live, man.
Push, Michael.
That's a leaf blower right there. I was waiting for you to turn it on and watch Cricket go nuts.
Cricket wouldn't be the one going nuts. The dogs would, though.
Oh, the dogs would?
They don't like that thing at all.
John
It was a
Hudson
sheep.
Valley. John Hudson Valley says, that good-looking guy with all those earrings needs gauges. I would hire him in a heartbeat. You're about to get hired. Our drivers prefer a leaf blower over a push broom when cleaning out trailers. Yeah, I'm all about, like, the leaf blower is really quick, cleans it out super quick. You just have to have room to store it. Can you have a lightweight on flatbed? Yes. Crazy Hair says, you really need me as a guest? I know a lot of useless information. We get a lot of useless comments sometimes, and we give out a lot of useless information sometimes. But we have a lot of useful stuff, and if we don't know something, we usually just make it up. Tennessee's real good about making stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff says, I'm also thinking about getting some carpet for my dash. I haven't seen the carpet for the dash. I like having carpet in the truck though. You're talking like whenever you get up in the morning on that cold floor, if you have the carpet there, it's not bad. But I've jumped up on that ice cold floor in the wintertime. I do not like that. I'm gonna place. Versatile says I'm gonna place sticky notes all over your truck with Tennessee written on them, all over them, and give me like 2 months to get that stuff together for this epic prank. I'm gonna make good content. Shag carpet on the dash keeps the dust down in the truck supposedly. Wow, let me know about that. I'm kind of curious about that. You ever hear that, Tennessee?
No, but then I could see him using that one massager and the vacuum cleaner together to get all that dust back out of it.
Oh yeah, I seen that video. Well, we're out of here, guys. We got to be up. I got to be up in the morning. He has to test in the morning.
Got to test in the morning.
So we're going to get out of here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all also subscribe to Tennessee Flatbedder over here. Who else was in here? Oakdale, Versatile Duckland, subscribe. Crazy Hair TV Show, subscribe to him. I can't think of who else was in here. Oh, River Rich. Make sure y'all check out River Rich's channel. It's a great channel. I seen him cook a pork loin on his truck. You might want to check that out. That thing looked amazing. Who else came up in here? I can't even remember right now. Make sure you subscribe to everybody out there with a trucking YouTube channel, because knowledge is power. You got to figure it out by the end of the day. But we are out of here. Thank everyone for coming up in here tonight and having a great time. Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes and then type in COXDJ